Yo, what is up, everybody? We are back with war number 8 of season 61. This is a pretty big war. NewN versus Salty. Our team is going to be Silk, Mojo, and Gallon. And I'm going to be taking Path 9 into Path 7. So, my first fight is going to be the same thing I took last war, Node 9 Nico. But this time, I think I played it a little more aggressively and I get it down a little bit faster. I think I only wait out one rupture or one bleed phase before I kill her. We're going to see in a second here. Going to still pop the PS1, of course, because the quicker I get her down, definitely the better. And yeah, the thing I do differently this time, we're going to see, is I go for my SP2 immediately. I don't wait till the next phase is over. And we're gonna do some good damage. So yeah, start of the fight, same thing. Just play normal. 90% reduction to the duration of ruptures. So Silk obviously hit her in the rupture phase. I'm also pushing her to SP2 here, which I don't mind because I get full dex, obviously, and if I don't, I have the evade. But the only bad part is she just got like 9% of her health back from adrenaline, which is very annoying. And here I'm like, okay, bait this SP2, but then she just gives me the opening, so I'm like, okay, if you're gonna let me nuke you, then I'll nuke you. And yeah, shaved off like 20 seconds from the last time I took it. How long was that? 41 seconds, not too bad. And up next, we have Luma on 18, which I'll be taking with Mojo. And I do have a Wags here, so super duper cool. Thank you very much, Sam. The Wags definitely came in clutch, because against Luma, without it, can't parry heavy him. And yeah, the plan for this fight is, it's a little more complicated. Luma on this note, a little more scary than what I took last time, which was Gallon, I believe. I'm just, basically my main goal is to not get cornered before I get to 5 charges and I get my Fury. Because after I get the Fury and I could start spamming my SP2s, I don't care if he's got invis or I'm in the corner. I'll just be able to keep cycling my specials and take the invis off of him. It's just don't get cornered before that happens. So I'm going to start off with nice parry heavy here, just for spacing, dash in, again for spacing. Even though you see I dash back, but I threw a light after, just so I don't get cornered. And here again, we're just keeping him close. I'm fine pushing him to the SP1 here, because we're in the middle of the map, so no problem doing this. His invis is obviously paused when he's hitting you. But that doesn't matter, because here again, he's below bar of power. I'm about to get my 5th prompt, and I'm at an SP2. So I've quite literally got him where I want him. Get the end of prompt, so go for that. And I'm like, okay, I'm about to go to SP3, so let me just throw this SP2. And now we're going to bait a special, because again, we have our Fury up. So even though he has invis, we do not care. Go for this SP2. It does insane damage. And I'm like, perfect. Just go for another SP2. But I was a teensy bit short, and that's what kind of sold the fight, because you can see SP1 has so many hits, and I triggered like six shocks on me from it, and I lost like 20% of my health, but totally fine. We just go for another SP1 to nullify the indestructible there, and we kill him. So yeah, that fight pretty easy. I think just, if I didn't mess up the SP1 at the end, I would have finished pretty healthy as well. So yeah, super duper fun, but obviously it was only easy because I had Wags. Now we have another fight. This time I don't have Wags, and that's 25 Dark Phoenix. So I've taken this fight 2 times before, both times with Wags, but this time I'm going to have no Wags. Which is honestly not a big problem. Like in all my, like when I was planning out how to do this fight, I was like, yeah, I think even with no Wags, I'll be fine. Because it was, we had like 2 fights in section 2 that needed Wags. And I felt confident I can do this without. So I was like, yeah, I'm all good. And you can see here, we're not even like parrying her anyways, just hitting her block, building my prompts. Getting good power from MD here. I actually do parry and heavy her because I got the heavy attack prompt. And now I got my Fury, so throw the first SP2. That does like half her health. Throw the next SP2. That does the other half of her health. And there goes her immortality, and she's dead. So 40 seconds, 97% health. Definitely super duper cool. Now we have node, I don't know what this is, 34? I think 34 Nick Fury, which I'll be taking with Gallon. And this is mostly nothing fight. The only, like, danger is when he goes into second life. If he has debuffs on him, he that counts as, like, a Purify, so it gives him the Energize. So I'm not too worried about that. I just need to make sure if he goes unblockable, I'm aware of it. And if he gets energizes, I'm not super concerned. So yeah, I'm using Gallon here. I could have easily used Mojo, but I was like, whatever, I'm fine with Gallon. Yeah, I'm just gonna mainly be watching his tactical charges. Don't let him go unblockable. So here you can see I'm just doing medium heavies to not let him go unblockable. I'm not really anti-baiting his SP1s. I don't care that much. Nick Fury with Gallon is a pretty solid comfort matchup for me because I've done it so many times in BGs. Go for the SP2 here. These incinerates doing very solid damage, so I'm going to save my second harvest for his second life. Also saving the relic for his second life. Get a couple of parries there, keep his tactical charges low. Gonna go for an SP1 just to dump my power. And now I just want to push him to the second life, get my harvest off, and kill him with it. So you can see here he has 1 fatigue, so he gets 1 energize, but that's not a big deal. Honestly, energize on Nick Fury, if anything, it just helps. It's just easier to push into SP2s here. All my specials are 4 hits, so I knew I was fine there throwing that. I got hit with the last part of his SP1, which is annoying. I don't know how that caught me, but totally fine, even though he's in second life. His SP1 doesn't do that much damage. And so we go for the harvest, and it kills him. So yeah, that was kind of sloppy, but all good. And then here... yeah, I had a couple moments in this war where I was like, just dealing with something going on around me in between the fights. So I'm doing that, and then now I'm just looking at how much energy I need to do the rest of my fights. Spoiler alert, the next thing I'm taking is that 37 Zola with Silk. And I got 2 fights after that, so yeah, I need to buy another energy refill, but that's okay. I did spend a fair few units this war, because I also had to buy a couple of PS1s, but it's all good. We gotta be locked. We got to be locked in, especially for this one. So the plan for the Zola is just keep his charges low. That's the main goal. And obviously I have the heavy after my combo to easily do that. And I'm not too worried about the regen. I'll either be reversing it or it'll just fall off, because the way Zola's animations are, like if he throws an SP1, that's basically all his regen's gone. Here he gets rooted, so just a free opening for me to go for my SP1. The SP1s are not bad here. The actual special hits themselves don't do much damage. It's the bursts that do significant damage, so I'm fine going for my SP1s. SP1 or SP2, both are fine. The main thing is to not get greedy, because my specials are all 6 hits. I believe they're both 6 hits. And then to knock him down, I need to go for a medium heavy, which is 4 hits. So I basically just don't want to give him a chance to sleep me. So I need to throw my specials when he's at 9 or less of his little charges, whatever they're called. So that's why I'm not going for any big combos like I usually do on 37, where like I go 2 combos with the root, then the relic, and then I just do insane damage. I'm just playing it safe. Like there, I even only did medium heavy SP2. Did pretty good damage, 60k burst. Not too shabby. Knock him down again. Here I'm like, alright, I just need to go for like an SP1 or something. Finish off the fight. Oh, I bait one more special. And you can see this whole time, he hasn't really been gaining regens. Whenever I bait his SP1, does a good job of resetting him. And there, he is dead. So, pretty cool. I lost a little bit of health just by baiting SP2s, but not a big deal. And now we are taking 43 Soularch with my boy Gallon. That's why we brought him this war. Obviously, Gallon is immune to, what are the 2 things? Fate Seal and Power Lock. So, I can PS1 on this node, which I will. And I'm going to go for the usual SP2, SP1 rotation against Soularch. The SP2 is going to do incinerate damage to him. We're just going to put the incinerates on him. It's going to ramp his charges. Then we need to bait SP1 so it goes into blue mode. And then he'll get armors and I'll get super ramped. That's the overall plan. The power lock failing gives me mass, which is nice. At the start, I'm trying not to hit him too much because I have the heal block. So if I get a hazard shift on me, I don't want it to just tick. Now though, I'm pretty much fine with doing parry medium. Go for my first harvest here with the PS1. Trying to bait his special, but he's being a little weird. Nah, I can't even be mad. Go for the first harvest. Doesn't do much damage, but it's all good. It's the second harvest that's gonna do more work. I think go for my heavy here, and I'm gonna bait 2 more SP1s, I believe, just so I can get an... Oh, no, I just throw it, which was my mistake. If I baited this SP1, he would have died in 1 harvest, but it's all good. Go for another heavy. And now I just want to get to my SP1. I could just let the harvest run out, but I was like, whatever. I'll do a little combo, get to my SP1. And I got like 4 incinerates in that 1 combo, which is unfortunate, but yeah, still easy peasy. And now we got the bad fight, and that's this 47 Photon, which I'm taking with Silk. And I think this might be the closest I've ever gotten to dying with Silk. And yeah, we're gonna see how it goes. But the general thing that makes this more complicated than, I guess, 48 is obviously against Photon with all these Fury she's gonna be building up. I don't want to block bait hits, but if I can't block bait hits and I can't intercept her, like you see there, I already intercepted her. So that's the only way I could think of to get, that's the only way I could consistently get openings here. So you're gonna see here I'm gonna get faltered because that Fury expired, and it was fine here because I just let it go. But this time I have my SP1 for it, which is good. And so far the fight's going great. I mean, she has another Fury that's about to expire, so I'm like, okay, we're probably getting faltered again. And we are. We are definitely getting faltered again. But at this point I was not worried at all. Fight's still totally under control. And here I'm yeah, perfect. I can go for my full combo into Relic and go for a few hits into the SP1, but I got greedy. Oh, no, this is not the one where I got greedy. This time I was good. That was just good damage. But later on in the fight, I'm going to get greedy. As we will see. So here again, everything's going perfectly. The fight's only a minute away from being over. No, not a minute. A minute and a half from being over. In theory. in theory. So there, I get caught in the dash back, but I'm only finishing my combos because I have Silk Sense up. And here, I took one blocked hit and I lost like 20% of my health, which, you know, for some reason, like whenever you have an unstoppable and you try to dash back, you block, which is annoying. Here, I'm going to slow my combo down so I can have my special for when this falter is coming. And still at this point, the fight's looking great. Everything's going just swimmingly. Here she gets here she was about to get the unstoppable, so I couldn't punish her special. And trying to get an opening, she throws a heavy, so I'm like, perfect. Bait this, and I'll go for my full thing into Relic. But she's not throwing it here. I think this is where I get greedy. Here I was like, oh shoot, the unstoppable's coming back, so maybe I should just throw this. And it was a little slow, so I get comboed. But I did run an invul, so I was fine. Thankfully, I only took 2 hits. I'm still at 80% here, so everything's looking great. It's taken a while, but we're making it to the end of the line. Bait this SP1 from her. But she is just not throwing it. And now, of course, the unstoppable's coming back, so I didn't want to punish this. Which I probably could have, but I was like, no, I'm not going to punish it. Here, I take a bunch of blocked hits. Mainly because I think I was just a little scared, to be honest. I was like, oh god, she's doing crazy damage to me. Let me lock in. And here, I think we're still not in the clear. Again, she throws her SP1 at the perfect thing where I'm like, I don't think I can dash in and punish this because she's going to go unstoppable. So I don't. And now she's in pure light. And here's where I'm panicking. Because that hit didn't actually do too much. But I was like, oh my god. She's in pure light with like 10 debuffs on me and 21 furies. If I get touched, I'm getting touched massively. But thankfully, we get the Relic combo off. And we're able to kill her. And you know, in hindsight, I guess that wasn't as close as I thought. But in the moment, it was very scary. So, yeah, I'm glad I got through that. I was definitely getting nervous. Definitely getting nervous in the middle of a fight. But, yeah, we finished the war pretty clean. I was actually a little bit worried about the Luma and even the Dark Phoenix without Wags. I was like, I've never done this before, but thankfully both those fights went super duper well. And yeah, I think I was pretty happy with this war. As for the war itself, right now the score is 2-1 in our favor, but Salty has way more fights done, so we're going to have to be locked in. We're going to have to hopefully play super cleanly, and we're going to see if we can win this war. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all again with the next one. Peace.